Welcome online students. Today we are going to take a look at our next assignment, our next essay assignment, which is a comparison essay between Abraham Lincoln and Barack Obama. So we've already talked about it last week that this would be the assignment. And I asked you to look through the articles I gave you and listen to the, or watch the video. How many people have done that? Raise your hand. Okay, good. So we talked about the 3 points of comparison. But let's take a look at, this is the assignment. It's not on the website yet, but it will be today. In a 5-paragraph essay, I want you to compare the similarities between President Lincoln and President Obama. Use a method of introduction that will capture the reader's attention. I'm going to read all the way through it and then go back to each specific part. Don't bore the reader with a dull introduction. Put some thought into it. I will deduct points off your essay if you do not have a good introduction. For your thesis statement, you can include the 3 points of similarity if you want to. In your body paragraphs, develop your ideas thoroughly and do not copy directly from the article unless you are giving a direct quote. I will be paying close attention to your ability to avoid plagiarizing while paraphrasing. Remember, I have the articles, so I know if you're plagiarizing. I know if you're copying. Also, use transitional phrases when you move from one point to the next. This includes transitioning from one body paragraph to another, as well as transitioning from one idea to another within a body paragraph. Your body paragraphs must include specific examples to support your points of comparison. I will deduct points for papers that lack these examples. In your conclusion, include a personal reflection about the comparisons, making sure that you demonstrate that you have put some real thought into it. One last thing, please spend sufficient time proofreading your paper before you submit it. Try to catch your errors before I do, and I wish you good luck. Okay, let's take it step by step as far as the introduction goes. So again, use a method of introduction that will capture the reader's attention. Many of you are not doing that. You're just kind of throwing information on the page and hoping that it's an introduction, but it isn't. Remember, you can use the methods of introductions that we talked about. What are they? What do we remember? How can you open up your essay?
By hook, like
asking a question. What else?
quote.
A quotation. What else? Startling statistics.
Definition.
A definition. A personal story. Okay? But there's many different ways you can introduce your essay, but many of you are not doing a very good job of it. It's boring. So I'm going to take a really close look at that. Because remember, it's the first impression that the reader sees. If they're not interested in the first part of the essay, why do they want to continue reading it? You have to capture the reader's attention. Okay, you must have a thesis statement that talks about that there are comparisons. There are many similarities between Lincoln and Obama. And you can preview the points. Okay, remember we said there are 3 points. What were they? What are the 3 points? Good communicators.
Reformers.
They're reformers and unifiers. Okay, don't use those words because unifier, I don't know, but try and say it in a different way. I'll talk about that later. All right, so you can preview the points so that the person knows what's... Okay, now I want to talk about the body paragraphs. So in the body paragraphs, how many are you going to have? How many body paragraphs?
3.
3. No less than 3. How many altogether?
5.
This is your standard 5 paragraph. No. Just 5, please. Okay. All right. So, in your body paragraphs, Develop your ideas thoroughly and do not copy directly from the articles. That's why I only want you to use the articles that I gave you or the video that we saw and is also on the Etude site. Because if you use a different article, how do I know if you're not copying? Okay, so I don't want you to do that. So just use what I gave you, but you can use other things, like I said, you can add. Talking about economy, we know that there have been things that have happened since Obama has taken office. So you can add that in there, but don't use don't use statistics in there because I won't know if they're true or not. Okay. Again, I know if you're copying because I've given you the articles. Also, use transitional phrases when you move from one point to the next. And as I say here, this includes transitioning from one body paragraph to another, as well as transitioning from one idea to another within a body paragraph. So, when you're writing your article, when you're writing your essay, I like to use the topic sentence, like for the first sentence, what could be something like one similarity. Spell it right.
A.
Okay. One similarity between Lincoln, I would say start first with Lincoln, okay? Between Lincoln and Obama. All right, now I know that Abraham Lincoln is dead, but we're still going to use it in the present tense, okay? So is. Because otherwise, how are we going to say it, okay? One similarity between Lincoln and Obama is that, okay? And then whatever it is, whatever grammatically comes after here must be in an independent clause. So everyone can use this part. One similarity between Lincoln and Obama is that. But whatever you put here must be an independent clause. You're actually making it a relative clause, but here it's independent clause. Is that they are both good communicators. They both believed in change. They both tried to unify the country. Does everyone understand? Sorry, I ran out of room here. So they're both, this has to be an independent clause. This is the topic sentence, right? So everything in this article, everything in this body paragraph is going to be about what? What is it going to be about?
The similarity between
but similarities in what area?
communication.
Communication. This is called the point-by-point organization, because we're talking not person to first Lincoln and then Obama. So point by point. The first point is communicators. So first you're going to start with Lincoln. Remember we did this the other day, and then you're going to do about Obama.